fish during the winter, you know the importance of dressing appropriately for conditions in order to preserve your endurance and your focus, and really just to be able to enjoy the day. And to me, that really begins with what you put on your hands, because once your hands start to get cold, everything gets cold, and it's an uphill battle, and you just have a hard time focusing. Over the years, I've tried many different types of materials, many different types of glove systems, and I found one system that to me is really effective. It keeps my hands adequately warm, even the weather is pretty cold. We're in the 20s today, and it keeps my hands warm enough, but it also allows me to fish effectively. If your gloves are too bulky, they're type of material that you have to keep taking them off and putting them back on, or you have trouble handling your reel, tying a lure on, then they don't do the job as well either. The gloves that I like to use are simple wool gloves, fingerless wool gloves, and that even if they get a little bit wet, that just good old natural rag wool does such a good job of insulating and keeping warm. And with just the fingertip exposed, I've got the dexterity to be able to cast, tie on lures, do everything that I need to. So I keep the gloves on, and that's important for keeping your hands warm, not taking them off and putting them on. And the second step that I think is really important, makes a big difference for me, is I use just little disposable hand warmers, just the air exposed type ones that last several hours. These are the Hot Hands brand, but I'll just open a package of those in the morning and shake them up, expose them to the air, and then they gradually warm up, and I put them in the pockets of my coat, so when the fingertips get a little bit too cold, I can put one hand in the alternate hands, put one in the pocket a little bit, and get that back to normal. And those two things together cover almost every fishing situation. On occasion when it's really cold and maybe one hand doesn't stay as active, like ice fishing, when I get the opportunity to travel north and go ice fishing and it's really cold, I'll do everything exactly the same, but I'll also carry some big, heavily insulated mitts, and when I've got an inactive hand, I'll just keep that on there and cover that, cover all, any time that I'm not actively needing the finger dexterity of that hand. But 98% of the time when it's cold outside, the fingerless wool gloves and the hand warmers do the job and allow me to fish through the coldest days.